Okay, so this is 6.4 in your algebra book, but it's called negative exponents. It also goes over things that have a zero power, and right here, anything to the zero power equals 1. So it doesn't matter what it is. All right, I think you get the idea here. X to the 0, 1. Y to the 0, 1. If all of this is in parentheses to the 0, it equals 1. Pig to the 0 is 1. I'm talking anything. Anything to the 0 power equals 1. All right. Anything with a negative exponent goes to the opposite side of the fraction, and its exponent becomes positive. We'll show you that. Now, this does not have a negative exponent. It's just a negative 3, so it stays there. This 15 stays there. This y to the 6th stays there. This z to the 4th stays there. They don't have negative exponents. But this right here does have a negative exponent. It's going to go down here and get a positive exponent. This right here, z to the negative second, goes up here. So this is rewritten like this. Negative 3. So z to the 4th stays there. It was already there. And z to the negative second comes up, and you get z to the second. Down below, you got 15. Y to the 6th was already there. Oops, I should have written these in alphabetic order. That's all right. X to the negative 5th comes down. You just get x to the 5th. You got to simplify these, though. Erase a little bit there. So you got to say, okay, you got to do some cancellation. Put this in red. 3 goes in there once, goes into 15 5 times. So it's a negative divided by, this is going to be a negative number out front. Okay, negative divided by positive is negative. So you're going to have these two things right here. You can combine those, right? Z to the 4th times z to the 2nd is z to the 6th. And then down below you have a 5. You're going to write this in alphabetic order, so this would be x to the 5th, y to the 6th. That's your answer. Right there. We'll show you a few. Okay, right here. Now you're saying anything with a negative exponent like this goes in the opposite part of the fraction. Well, there's no fraction. Well, there is a fraction. Anything could be written over 1. So this can come down here. So you have 3 to the 5th over 3 to the 8th. So 3 to the 5th is going to cancel 5 of these down here. You still do your cancellation like we learned in last section. So that's going to be 3 to the 3rd because it cancels 5 of them. So you get 1 over 3 to the 3rd. 3 to the 3rd is 27, so you get 1 over 27. That's your answer right there. All right, so now down here, let's take a look at this. This is a nice fraction. It's set up. This is a negative exponent. It's going to come down. This is also a negative exponent. It's going to go up top. So up top, you got 3. You got a y squared. Down below, you have a 7, and you have an x to the 5th. And really, there's no cancellation that goes on that one in that one, so you're good to go. All right, so we look at this one. You can see some of these are going to switch. This is going to switch. This one's going to go down. This one's going to go down, right? So I'm going to rewrite it with all those things switched into their respective places, their correct places, I should say. So up top I have y to the 6th. It comes up. And I have nothing else. Down below I have an x squared. And then I have an x to the 5th, because it was a negative 5 and it came down. And I have a y to the 1st, okay, which is just y. Okay, so now I can do some cancellation here. So I'm going to do some yellow cancellation here. 5 goes in there once. Ooh, that's kind of hard to see. Hang on a second. 5 goes in there once, goes in there twice. It looks like these two combine over here, and we'll show you that here in a second. A y cancels one of these y's, so you're just left with y to the 5th. So up top, you have a negative right here. So that can be placed out front, right? The negatives didn't cancel, so placed out front. So up top you have a, looks like a y to the 5th. Down below you have a 2x. You have a 2x to the 7th. And it looks like that's it. So that's your answer right there. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. If you look at 2/3, remember everything inside parentheses is going to go to the -4th. So you're going to have 2 to the -4th, and you're going to have 3 to the -4th. Okay, so this is going to come down and get a positive exponent. This is going to go up and get a positive exponent. So you have 3 to the +4 and 2 to the +4 down here. 3 to the +4 is 3 times 3 is 9. The other 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 times 9 is 81. And then 2 to the 4th is 16. And then you can reduce, if possible, you can reduce. So I don't think it's possible though. 81/16. I think that's it. You'll have a few problems like this. And the book shows it differently. This is a lot easier way. You can choose which way you want to do it though. If you want to look in the book and see how they show you, it's a little different. I think this is much easier.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.